fortunes. It is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphino wishes a word with you. Fedwin, there you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinien. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation to Azizla, I feared him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Khai for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share.
The ladies have saved us a table of the Forgotten Night. Shall we go?
Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinien's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the great Wyrm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the Wyrm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean?
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Wyrm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinien's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah, I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Anawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Dravanian advance, or perhaps they have located Esti. This is to say, mayhap Nidhogg had been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Wyrm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the Wyrm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinien's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Sohr, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emric. To Faerun and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shape will strike, but we must assume... Indeed, with that in mind, I've taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you'll be escorting me to Sohr. Previously did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvelgr at zenith in a churning mist, ere we begin our ascent. However, I think it best that we pay a visit to Enick's shrine. We seek an advantage in the coming negotiations. I do. I will consult with Vidofnir. I propose this in part out of a concern for our condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have great consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Forlands, then. Welcome back, Mom got a game. Ah, 'tis the word of warriors and their companions, what bringeth you to mine abode. Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep but not mortal. It will heal in time. Oh, glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempted by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Tempered. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace when men and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Newtog's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Somal, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Miss Vugger's heart remains unchanged then. Pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind. Go then, but be warned, the Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Look at all these tasty foods. Which to choose? Which to choose? I expected no better answer from Vidofnir. I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It seemed that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. What is the eye of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. To you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Fatewind. We shall join you outside Marcombe. I'd heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I'm reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinien and Izael yet walked at our side. Popo, is that you, Fatewind? Ah, if it isn't don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together? But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Fatewind? How could I forget you, Moglin? Making a guess here. How could you mistake me for that overstuffed throne warmer? I'm Morgan. Ah, damn it. The courageous Moogle who guides you to Zenith, Kupo. Putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mogcombe, Kupo? Ah, another audience with old Hrisvelger. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great Wyrm's ears easily enough. It is good to hear, Morgan. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. I kinda want a Moogle plushie. You dare summon me again, mortals.
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
Marley, thinkest thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of my brood brother.
Foresaw mine intent.
I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scry the answer in mine. My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefather sought fit to tear down, as thou well knowest. Thinkest thou Nidhogg was lone despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind become unto me the harbingers of despair. 'Tis only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her. I permit my children to offer or deny thee aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming. That thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirmeth whatever. Okay. I think we get the gist.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of mine existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Zale, piteous deluded Zale. The child did lament her past sins and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. It was her unquenchable passion, so alike to that of my beloved, did spur me into flight. And for mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eye for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting.
Oh my god, Alpha, now you're gonna start a fight.
It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spare me thine idle sophistry. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay mine own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the Warrior of Light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Wyrm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Thou wilt strike down thy friend, and by example of thy righteousness persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred. Heed me, my child. The servants of Heidelin envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well. Believest thou this shade to be Nidhogg returned? Is it not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by thy brood brother's rage? I would not command thee, but ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. While the shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. Nidhogg's transformation into rage incarnate is in part of mine own doing. I rendered unto him mine eye and empowered his rent thereby. It is the purity of my brother's wrath that lendeth him his all-surpassing might. Is thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow, I wonder? It would seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof. I shall await thee in the ruins where Ratatoskr once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Risbelgar spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. The broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Sohr Khai now accessible. Regular duty.
Away with you!
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, the enchanted fan dies and it's a little hop up. We gotta fight Chieftain Moglin? What?
Away with you!
It has a holy? Whoa. Okay, they take no damage?
Away with you! Down with you!
I assume Palm Praise gathers up damage for a holy, depending on how many are alive? No, okay, it resurrects them. Gotcha.
with you. Away with you!
Big Pegasus.
Away with you! Down with you!
Hey, where'd you go? Okay, avoid that part, I guess.
Down with you! I have my pride. Down with
Is that electrified water? Oh, is it destroying the platform?
I have my pride. Down with you!
Thankfully, we managed to rein it in. Oh, boo. Lizard dragon. Yeah, they drop the same green in the same dungeon.
You underestimate me.
Ow! I think I misplayed that. Holy Storm? Dang. Grace Valgyr's a badass. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
You underestimate me.
Oh. That's alright, don't move. Because it's icy and I'm slipping. And they're AoEs. Oh no, 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 too far, too far, too far. Safe? Okay. No, 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 no. Don't overlap. Great. We're doing great.
Down with you.
Sweet. Vanksters, welcome into the Twitch stream. Thank you for the 3-stream streak. Sorry, I was a bit focused. Things got icy. I was slipping around the other AoEs. It was scary. And happy birthday! Even bereft of an eye, my brood brother was a fearsome foe indeed. But having tasted thy strength firsthand, I do begin to see how thou didst bring him low. Heidelin chooseth her servants well. Very well, I shall trust in the seed of man one last time. By thy deeds shall the flickering hope that lingereth yet within my heart be kindled anew, or extinguished forever. I think Hraesvelgr has the coolest dragon model I've seen so far. That you yet stand as ready proof of your determination, worlds. Let us fight as allies then, and together banish my brood brother's vengeful shade. On my oath, the wrath that once was Nidhogg shall meet its end. This I swear on the memory of my beloved Shiva, and on the soul of lost Azael. Oh, lost Azael. Poor Azael. Oh, my poor ribs. That was a painful reminder of... whatever. If he truly meant us harm, we would not be standing here now. Plainly, his intent was to teach. His onslaught forced us to recall my training about the speed the dragon has balanced his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. You traitors. Oh, Kupo. Daewin, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. Born with a name more befitting a jester, you fight with the savagery of a rabid demon. Do you see how my wings are kinked? Even my palm aches. After this drubbing, I fear my loyal subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kupo. Possibly, indefinitely. That's what you get for tattling! What? When I told you about Fatewinn's trial, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Morgan. Triple? But that's not fair. There's no justice, Kupo. None at all.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelgr's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the great Wyrm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
Twould seem our final reckoning with the dread Wyrm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike. Oh, gods.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
Dragon Speak is rather neat. I find it interesting that sometimes they go with just the dragon tongue and then it's translated, so I never know when to like leave the auto progression on. Ishgard would not last long against Nidhogg and his horde. Must away. Know you then what this roar portendeth?
Aye. I must return to my city without delay.
Then we shall lend you our wings. Let us meet with the Nidhogg on the field of battle, and together bring an end to his wrathful song.
Svelger looks like he has a soft snoot. Yeah, yeah. Probably bite the hand that tries, though. Yeah. Not quite a never-ending story sort of gentleness, you know. Fuzzy, fluffy doggo. With lots of teeth, yeah. And a propensity to cast ice and holy magic, right? I was expecting like a loud Wilhelm scream. Because the light palette, that's it. Lucia's a badass.
Remember your training! We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. We must hold.
Wait, I take that back. Lucia's not a badass, because if I say that, then she's gonna die. Lucia's the worst, you guys. No one likes her.
By the Fury. That one is the size of Nidhogg.
are late, Warrior of Light.
Fashionably so. Ooh. Wherefore standest thou with these vermin, brother? Abandon this war, shade. The suffering thou sowest serveth no end. The traitor's progeny have learned of their forefathers' betrayal, and seek now to make amends with our kind. Never shall our grief be assuaged, nor our loss forgotten, but reconciliation may yet halt the spread of this plague of enmity. Forsake thy vengeance and be at peace. What soft-headed ramblings are these? Thy dalliance with that vile maid hath robbed thee of thy wits. Mayhap her cloying perfume hath made thee forget the stench of our brood sister's lifeblood. Oh, Ray Ray's pissed. Thou darest speak thus of my beloved? Ah, so the flames of rage may yet be kindled. I fear thy heart's fire had long since gone out. But waste not thy fury on words, brother. Thou shalt have need of it for the battle. I'm gonna go man a turret. Oh no! Gah. Yeah, I think we can all agree. Gah. A very gah moment. Thou art weak, Grace Velgar. Slithering worm who fawneth on the vermin who should rightly be his prey. For 1,000 years have I fought without cease, and thou didst think to prevail against me? Glory not in thy victory, Shade. The battle is not yet won. My power and my hope have I entrusted to another. Thine eye, what hast thou done? What? What? Ooh, thou wast trust him mortal with thy strength? There's music with vocals. I know thee. It was thou who didst intrude upon my lair and best the half of me. But now I am whole, and naught in creation shall deny me my vengeance. The final steps of faith not accessible. Yeah, no worries. Oh my god, this is so cool looking. Oh, whoa! Oh no, he's gonna jump! Short work. Thank you, Vang, my hero. Estinien. What did they do to our boy? I might have asked, but I know you had a headache. So, but thank you. My savior. You do anything special for your birthday today besides ultimate carry me?
Estinien!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg! Thou shalt die by my hand!
This is not your hand, Wyrm!
Oh, look at you. Wait. There's gotta be a better way, right?
Thou wilt obey!
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued!
Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, can't we just pull the eyes out?
You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty!
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Undone by mortal will, wither now. Oh man, my feelings.
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
Yet this bond of
Oh man. Sail and Chiffon.
He lives. Ah, Estinien, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
The Horde have sensed the fall of their master and scattered to the winds. Wait, did your wing grow back?
You have my gratitude, Hraesvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Then our alliance hath served its purpose. Thou didst wield the power I granted thee well. 'Twas thine own skill and not mine eye which earned thee victory. So can dragons just like pop their eyes out at will now? I wish that companion a swift recovery. For you will, children, man. Okay, no, the wings are still damaged, okay.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinien now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelga did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
Through the haze of pain, I swear I sensed... But no, the past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinien survives the ordeal. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad, Faedwin, and rightly so. It was without a doubt one of your more epochal victories. Though I must... Is it epochal or epical? Epochal? I think it's epochal. Hold on. We'll YouTube it. How to pronounce... Epical. It's epical. Okay, let's run that back. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad, Faedwin, and rightly so. It was without a doubt one of your more epical victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake. Had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinien's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Faedwin and Master Alphino, my honored friends, as winning Hraesvelga to our cause were not enough. You took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood-brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy.
The true saviors of the day were Fade and Estinien. One triumphed over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. Speaking of Estinien, what news of his recovery? Azur's Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier captain. I'm told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinien's mind and body were held hostage for many days. You must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinien's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I've satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmond and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Faedwin. It would seem we are awaited at Forton Manor.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Wyrm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you.
Am I getting a third shield? I'm just gonna have a wall of shields in the house.
While we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of...
I was wondering...
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim.
Ottawa, please!
And continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our Master Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Faedwin, my friend. What can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphinaud? Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinien's side, I could not well refuse him. But it was sooner faint than admit it. The poor must be exhausted by Hrisvelga's trial and all that followed. Estinien is blessed to have such devoted comrades. My own friendship with Estinien began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinien barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge of the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphinaud he sees something of his own lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Estinien, Alphinaud has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinien's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphinaud's affection for him. He's a friend of whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he... Tell them I'm on my way. Da, 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 da. Quickly, Faywin, we must go to it. When proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
Estinien!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinien. If Master Alphinaud thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphinaud. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The Wyrm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age. Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness, when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Fatewood. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when probable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords? But these questions are for me to answer. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. Hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinien has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend in your travels, reassure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Fatewood, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of a thousand years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations, and a seemingly endless procession of rivals. But we too must walk our own chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Oh, we get a wind-up Emmerich? And an alpine coat. Ooh. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Really? What's that mean? Thank you, planners. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Is that Alizé? This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give way to azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song. But beneath shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs.